Hi, Cenzina.
Hi, Anna. How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
Good, good, Nick. Good. Just getting ready for Christmas. Always a busy
I know.
time of the year.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
It's that time of the year, okay? I don't
yeah,
it's been an interesting year for you, hasn't it? Because the lockdown
yes,
went on for a lot longer. How
yes,
long
it
have you
did.
been
Yes, yes.
yeah, how long have you been out of lockdown?
Oh, since October.
Right. Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
how has life kind of returned to normal, or is there how's it going?
Yeah, yes, but travel's still a bit of an issue now. Yeah, still interstate now because of the Omicron. People are rushing to get the people want to go on holiday. They're rushing to get the tests done before they go on holiday. And now all the clinics are all swamped now.
Yes, it's the same
Yeah,
over
this,
here. So
yeah,
why would
yeah.
you, well, I guess where do you go on holiday? It's so gorgeous. You've got just beautiful. Melbourne is such a gorgeous
Yes.
place. I've been there well, several years ago now. Where
Okay.
would you where's the go-to place for people from Melbourne?
Queensland people are because that's opened up the borders now.
Okay.
But that's where mostly people go. Yeah, it's a
Well,
Sunshine State.
it can feel like a holiday just going outside when you've been stuck
Yes,
inside for
yes, I know,
the
I
year.
know, I know, I know, I know.
I can remember speaking to a friend and saying, yeah, your social life is when you go to the supermarket.
Oh God, yeah, I know. Yes,
It's just such a relief. I'm so
yes,
glad for your sake that that it's
yes,
finally come to, the actual lockdown has finally come to an end, and crossing
yes,
everything that we can stay out of it. So,
yes,
Sanzina, how's it been going? Because you kept up the music, really.
yes.
So people manage over lockdown in different ways, and you kept everything going. It's really impressive. So how's your studies? Because you're doing in your second year of a music degree.
It's actually I'm studying part time, so I've just finished a couple more units this year, then finishing up the last two units for the first year, and then starting some second year subjects next year.
And what were the
Yes.
units?
So I did songwriting one and composers one, and subcultures and avant-garde for the second semester.
They sound fantastic. Do you have to do presentations and all that stuff?
Yes. Presentations, yes, and
So what?
also yes,
And
I also
also,
had to compose a song on any door that you like. I did a like a spooky setting, like a horror movie sort of film.
did you?
Yes.
So
Unable
any
to.
was it kind of any genre? Did you say it can be in
Yeah,
any
yes.
style you
Had
like?
to be avant-garde.
All right. So
Yeah,
you
yes.
did a horror film. So what was the?
There's a,
Oh, I'd love. I don't suppose you got it to hand, have you?
no, I don't know. No, I
Okay.
don't. Sorry, no.
I'd love to hear that at some point.
Okay, okay.
I'd be very very curious to hear it. So what were the features as a writer? What were the features that you incorporated or that you want to share with us about?
Just some a lot of silence and eerie sort of instruments. Some a lot some lot of noise and but then all silence all of a sudden and just like yeah, like eerie sort of feeling.
Yeah, of course, because
Yeah,
with film music, it's what there's some such beautiful film music around, some incredible
yes,
film scores around. But of course, with genre specific, like you said, I mean, I guess that's handy if it's silence. Although it
yes,
could be quite
yes,
difficult, be quite difficult
yes,
to be
yes,
right in the mid flow of a song, and then
yes,
so yeah, I'm sure every genre has got its tricks and its quirks that you want
yes.
to adhere to in some ways. So it must have been fascinating to do it.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was a great learning experience. It
Did
was
you have
great.
to think
Yeah.
of a Did you have to think of an actual horror film, or did you have like a narrative in your mind when you were writing it, or did you just
Yes, I did.
go on
Yes, I
feeling?
did. Yes, I did. Yes.
Did you
So
come up with
yeah,
that, or were you given
yeah.
it?
I was thinking. Yeah, I wanted to do a horror, like yeah, it
Yeah,
had to
but did
be.
you have a specific narrative, like, you know, getting lost in a massive house and, you know?
Yes, I was thinking like getting stuck in a haunted house, and what I would hear if I would imagine if I would hear this piece of music when I entered this haunted house.
That sounds like so much fun.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was. Yes.
so there was that, and the other thing was subcultures and avant-garde. What's the actual music degree called? Is it called a music degree, or is it a
No,
specific music?
it's a bachelor of songwriting and music production.
Right, okay. But all the different modules, because there's someone that
That's right.
self-studied that I think I dropped out of music college. Well, when I say I dropped out, I replaced it with gigging. I just started, gigging
Yes.
took over in the actual
Yeah.
logistics of college. But I was younger. I was younger at that time.
Yeah.
So I was keen to get on out in the world. But I'm fascinated as someone that um, hasn't studied formally for very long music, studied other things for ages, but
Yes.
I guess my studies would say, you could say that's my experience in music. But
Yes. Yeah.
it's fascinating to hear, because every
Yeah.
time because I've been mentoring you for a little while, and every time
Yes.
we have been having a chat, and you'd start
Yes.
telling me a very small amount about your studies,
Yes.
and I'm fascinated
Yes.
to know.
Yes.
And always trying to encourage you to share a bit more about that on Instagram.
Yes.
And so the other thing is the subcultures. I think the last thing you were doing was I think it was was it Australian rock specifically?
Australian pub rock. I had to do an essay on Australian pub rock. I did. Yes.
Uh-huh. And
It
then
was
the last
interesting.
and then was that the
Then I
last
had
one that you did, or have you done
no,
something
no, and
else?
then I did one on emos on the emo movement.
Tell us a bit about
You know,
that. I'm not familiar.
emo. Yeah, emo like the punk.
Oh
Came from
right,
punk.
okay.
But yeah, emo.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like My Chemical Romance, bands like My Chemical Romance, those sorts of bands, and
Right. Yeah, I've
yeah,
heard of the
yeah,
bands. I didn't. There wasn't.
yes,
I've heard of the bands and I've heard of punk. I didn't know
yeah,
like the sub. Well, I guess it's a subculture, isn't it?
yes,
Specifically, emo. That sounds fascinating. Is that something that you grew
yes.
up with, Cenzina?
No, no, I've always been interested in the punk as the clothes and the music.
Oh, right.
Growing
Okay.
up,
So,
yes,
what
yes.
from growing up? So, what bands were you into growing up?
Well, no, well, I was reading a lot of English magazines actually, things like Smash Hits and Number One magazine. I was always buying English magazines when I was growing up, and buying Duran, because Duran were in them, so I was always buying them.
Yeah. Well,
Yes,
it's of the times. A kind of.
yes,
I think punk was slightly before Duran, but yeah,
yes,
it was a
yes,
fantastic time for music
yeah,
in Britain, and it's great that it travelled across the water, because it was such a punk was a real, well, like any genre that's really successful, that really kind of breaks the mold of the time, doesn't it? So
that's
what were
right,
your
that's
other
right.
influences? Because from your songwriting, you've been
Um,
songwriting for quite a while, but from your
yes,
songwriting, it's clear that you really enjoy pop as well, and quite
yes,
a lot of the songs have been in a
yeah,
pop genre style. And when we
yeah,
were
yeah,
looking at genres around sync, you identified 18, or they put you in 80s and 90s
yeah,
pop genre, didn't they? And
that's right.
uh, yeah. So would you say that's, well, it's coming out in your music? Would you say that's a strong, presumably
Yes,
then
it
that's a
is.
strong
Yes, yeah,
influence
yeah,
for you?
yes, yeah, yeah, yes. Because I was really into the synthesizer bands in the early '80s. I was really influenced by that, and I loved synth pop. So things like Duran, Human League, Spandau Ballet, Culture Club, Wham, all of those.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I
great
love
bands,
them.
aren't they?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so that was all through your childhood. But then, did you do music? Because I think it's brilliant that you're doing it as a mature student, aren't you? your studies
Yes, yes,
now. So
yeah.
did you do any music studies at that age, or did you do something else?
Well, my high school, there was no music program, unfortunately. So I went to a really crappy school. I was really unhappy because I was musical, and I'm stuck in a school where there's no music program. So I had no outlet. So I did all my nurturing was done at home, listening to records, singing along to records, and that sort of thing, sing along to the radio. That's what I did. And then
So
after I left school, yeah.
So did you not do a degree at that age? Did you leave school early?
No, I finished year 12, yeah, up to the end of school, yeah, high school, year 12.
Right, okay. Is that considered a degree then at the end of high school? I don't know the way that the system works then.
No, 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 no.
All right,
No,
so you
it's
finished
just
it. Yeah,
ended
you
high school.
finished that.
Oh,
Yeah, similar to me in that you
oh
finished
yes.
your studies. So it must be. How do you find being a mature student? How do you find juggling that with other, obviously with making an income and that kind of thing?
Yes, yeah, a bit difficult. So that's why I was always studied part time. It's taking longer, but that's the way it has to be.
Yeah, and
Yeah, yeah.
you bring your mature self to it, don't you?
That's right.
I
Yes,
always think it's amazing when kids in the midst of adolescence manage to trot out some exams, because at that age people, they want to go out and do their thing, don't they?
that's
So
right.
I
Yes.
always think it's pretty impressive when they manage to
Yes.
churn out some exams. So yeah, so
Yes.
tell us more about your music. You've released quite a few tracks, haven't you, Cenzina?
Yeah, yes, I've released seven singles. They're all my early stuff was more 80s sort of feel, 80s, 90s sort of feel. But I feel that my music's matured a little bit now. So I've written the latest one, Me Monkey, I was just more personal message song about my late aunt that I wanted to create a song especially for her.
It's quite a
Yes,
departure in a way.
yes,
The two genres, because I noticed that when I was listening to these 80s and 90s pop dance kind of inspired songs, and then the Mimanki
yeah,
has a kind of timelessness about it,
yeah.
which is classic, and it's such a lovely song. It's
Thank
such a
you.
lovely
Yes,
song.
yeah,
I really love the fact that it's not the most common subject matter to write about an aunt, and
no,
of course there's plenty of aunts in the world, and so it's just
yes,
such a gorgeous tribute to acknowledge the love of somebody else, and it's an aunt in
yes,
this case, because
yes,
often it could be the love of a partner, or of a
yes,
child, or even
yes.
grandparents who see that. So to pay tribute to an art, it's a really beautiful sentiment. And so yeah, and so that touches on your different. Well, I love also that it's bilingual. So why was
Yes.
that important to you, Senzina?
Well, uh, I'm Italian, so I wanted to have something that the my cousins, the daughters of my aunt, so that they could understand, so that they could understand it as well, and I thought that that would be nice to do that.
She's Italian, right?
Yeah, yes,
She was Italian.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
it's gorgeous the way that it goes into the chorus. It just works perfectly. It really does. And so
yes.
how have you been finding it with your music? What have you been doing with your music? Or do you feel it's early days, or have you created some opportunities for yourself with your music already? How's it been going?
I've done some. I've applied for some music festivals and community festivals in the past with my previous releases, but because of the COVID, none of them have gone through this year. So
The live
yeah,
side. And
yeah, yeah.
how about the online side? What's been going on there?
I've just done some open mics, some online open mics that have been available. And now that we're out of lockdown, where the open mics have restarted. So I started last week and had a lovely a lovely lady come up to me and said that she loved my music, and
Oh, fantastic.
I also got a surprise drink from the waiter saying that it's someone from the audience. They wanted me to have they paid for my glass of champagne.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
yes.
Because they're really good fun, the open mics. What's the name of the one that you went to?
So
You
it's called
find some name.
so it's Woodlands Hotel.
Right, okay. And what was the turnout like?
It was quite wasn't as full as usual, but because it was only 7:30.
Was there a
It
house
was only
band
about
there?
no, there's no house band, no.
Okay.
No, it's just a guy that runs the night. Yeah, so you just book in and
Must
you've
have
got
been
50
brilliant to
minutes.
get out and
Yes,
about and be able to do some
yes,
actual live music that rather than it,
yes,
those
yes, I
COVID
know,
online
yes,
options, which
yes, and I told them yes.
everyone did the best they can, and it's great that you got some really good feedback as well
Yes,
from that thing. And so, what
yes.
other local things are there? What other things are there in your area that you're interested in finding out about?
Uh,
Is there a panel or something you mentioned?
Panel, what panel? No,
You joined some online. I think it was an online panel that you were looking into.
no, I don't know.
Okay, all right. The
I don't
last time
know. I
I
don't know.
spoke to you, like, oh, I'm going to join in on. There's an online panel that I don't know. Perhaps it wasn't to do with music. I think it was a general. It was a general. It was something to do. It was something else. It was like a local community panel that you were thinking of getting involved with.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
it's not.
remember.
But apart from that, you do a lot of. You didn't really go for the online vocal coaching so much, but you do quite a lot of real vocal in person. Well, online is real as well, but in person vocal coaching, don't you? And piano
Yes,
coaching, right?
yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, and I just wrapped up for the year last
Oh,
week. Yeah,
how's that been
so
going?
good. So they had their own online concert last night as well. So because we
Oh, how
can't
was
come to
that?
the
Did
yeah
you prep them for it?
yes, I had only 3 students before.
Oh, what did they
Yeah,
do?
yeah, they're just some pieces from their books. They've got syllabus that they follow, and they just pick a song from the syllabus.
Because you really
Yeah.
enjoy that, don't you, Senzina? You
Yes, I do.
love
Yes, I do.
your vocal
I do. I
coaching
do. I do.
and
Do.
also the piano, yeah, piano as well. And that's something that you do that you're aiming to grow a bit more, isn't it?
Yes, yes, I am. Yes.
Mm.
So I've just joined up with another company, but they're pretty new. They're young people, and they're hopefully I'll be able to get some new students with them next year
Mm-hmm.
if
Yeah,
I get more.
what is it that you find so rewarding about coaching? I mean, I love coaching. I
Mm.
really I was quite I first did it when I was doing a crowdfunding thing actually, and I noticed it's that thing of paying attention, isn't it, as a musician or as a creative, as a creator, however you
Yes,
want to call it, to what you
yes,
actually love doing, because there's loads of choice, and
yes,
we can really fine tune it, and it can be a bit of a surprise. I love what you're doing, that you're doing this the degree in song production and song production and what was the other
songwriting.
song production and songwriting. So yeah,
Yes,
you finely tune it. I mean, it's great that there's a degree in that.
yes,
With vocal coaching, some people want to go tour the world all over the place, but other people don't. They'd rather in coaching is extremely rewarding. I found
yes,
facilitating
yes,
that progress in somebody else and
yes.
supporting them with that, and really just opening up. It must be just really rewarding hearing their voices develop.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, but got a lot of young kids, and sometimes it's hard to get them to practice every every day.
But yeah,
Yes,
it's a relationship with the parents then, isn't it? So that
yes, yes,
they
yes,
can get
yes.
on
I
their
know.
backs.
I
But
know. I know.
hearing the voices, especially when you hear talent in really young voices. It's so lovely to hear. There's that
It is.
when they and it can be surprisingly accomplished in kids of an early age.
Yes.
You kind of can't help thinking, where did that voice come from? You haven't
Yes,
you're not tall enough to have a voice like that yet. You haven't lived in it enough years, and yet they do. It's extraordinary. But but again, you do quite a few, like other members of this group. You do several things because you're acting as well, right?
Yes, and again, I was meant to do a short film this year, and again, couldn't because of the lockdowns this year. So 2 years in a row, I had jobs, and I had a corporate video as well to do last year, and then that got
COVID has really torn its way through the whole world, hasn't it? And, and for the creative arts industry, it's really been testing. It really has. I mean, what draws you to acting? Because you have done several things, haven't you? What have you? What have you done?
Well, I did lots of extras on Neighbours, of course. That was my first job, and I did that for many years.
Did you? So we could spot you on Neighbours.
Early 90s though, early 90s, 2000s. Yeah, I haven't done it for a while.
Oh, that's fantastic! I didn't know that, Cenzina.
Yes.
So what would you be doing? Would you be coming out of the shop, or would you be passing Kylie Minogue? And
no. So in a coffee shop or the bar, and I also did a bit part as well. I had to play a female chef, and Holly Valance. I don't know if you know, Holly Valance was in the scene.
Yeah, I have heard of Holly Valance.
I think and we were in the same trailer with her. So,
woo!
So I was playing a female chef. So I had I had a bit part. Yeah. Yes,
that's brilliant. That must have been a lot of fun. Have you seen Ricky Gervais' program Extras? Have you heard of it?
Yes, I have, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, you should watch that. It's really good basically also how it prioritizes it and gives visibility to the lives and the story of the person that's doing, of everyone else who's involved in making a show happen, basically.
Yes.
Because it can be trivialized, the word of extra, and it's and there's a lot to do on a day like that when you're shooting. I'm just trying to think.
Yes.
Well, I've got the equivalent in videos, but occasionally when I've done so, those can be long days, but it's great to be a part of something.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Without all the extras, could it?
Yes. It's a long time waiting around. So got to bring a book.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to look out for you on some of those 90s shows, doing a bit. But when we were first in touch, you were doing, I think you told me about Fiddler on the Roof, right?
Yes, I did an amateur theatre production. Yes, I do some amateur theatre as well.
Yeah, has that started up again, Cenzina?
No, but but the professional theatre is back on. Professional shows are back on. Yeah, they're back on.
Right. Yeah. It's really pretty unpredictable, isn't it?
Yes.
And then what can be on one day can be off the next day. I really hope for all our sakes that we get some continuity and we get some way of managing this awful, terrible situation, so that we can go about our lives and do our creative things as well.
Yes.
Uninterrupted. Cenzina, I love Me Monkey, and I'd love you. It would be great we're going to do some more around that.
Okay.
But for now, Cenzina, I'm just going to say thanks so much for this year, because we've been doing quite a bit of mentoring this year, and it's been an absolute pleasure. And I'll see you in the group, and have a fantastic Christmas. I'm probably going to post this in between Christmas and New Year, actually. But in the meantime, have a fantastic Christmas.
Yes, same to you, and thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.